Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another video. We are back in Dirt Bike Unchained with our second episode here. And in this one, we're going to start some bike reviews here. We're going to go with the KTM 85 SX 1916. This guy here, awesome little bike there. Got the Red Bull stickers, livery, whatever you want to call it. And this is fully upgraded. Well, not fully upgraded, but every part is fully upgraded. It's just not completely ranked up. We are at 2 out of 5 stars ranked up. So our current power rating is 190 compared to some of our others. You know, we got 152 here, 225, 212. So not the most powerful bike that I currently have, but it is the one I started off with. If you look at it on the KTM progression, you can see it here. You know, we got 2 tier 1 KTMs, pretty cheap to start off, you know, 1,000 cash, and it gets much more expensive for, you know, tier 5 bikes and, you know, anything higher. But we're going to jump into some gameplay with this guy, and you can see how many ranked trophies you've gotten with each bike. Like I mentioned in the last episode, as it's selected here on the bottom, it's kind of a design flaw where it covers up your trophies and your power rating. But if you see at the bottom left right now, I have gained 298 trophies with the KTM 85 SX, and the power is 190, like I said. So compared to the others, in terms of trophies gained, you know, we got 150 here, we got 343 here. So this Stars and Stripes is currently my favorite bike. There's no denying that, the one I've played with the most. Then we got 223 on the Bulldozer. But we put in a decent amount of work with the 85 SX here, and we'll jump into a couple races in this video, see what we can come up with. And yeah, let's keep it pretty simple here. Focus on getting a good result. Like I said last episode, I believe, I think that when playing ranked, I think it kind of matches you against opponents based on your current bike's power level, and also or maybe it's just the number of trophies that you've earned with that bike. It's probably that, if I had to guess. I'm just kind of winging it here, going off the top of my head. But the overall point that I'm trying to get across is that the competition scales to the bike that you're using. And so if I'm using the 85 SX, the competition is going to be different than, you know, if I switch to the homebrew here, or this one, the 125 SX, or the Bulldozer. You know, you kind of have a different progression of competition difficulty with each of the bikes, if that makes sense. You know, simple concept, but hard to explain. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it, but you know, like I said before, if you have a bike with a 200 power rating, you might be losing some races. You might be losing a lot in a row and being like, what's going on? Do I need to upgrade? Like, you know, this competition is getting tough out here. Then you might switch to a bike with a 100 power rating and start winning, and you're not winning against the same competition that you were losing to with a higher tier bike or more powerful bike. You know, you're facing different, more equal competition. And so I would guess that it's based off of the number of trophies that you've earned with that bike. And so as you earn more trophies, you're more likely to come across more upgraded bikes. And so, you know, we're at 306 now. With this guy here, the 85 SX. And so, you know, as you get up there, I would assume that the competition is going to have upgraded components. And if you do start losing a lot of races, maybe that's what you got to do. You got to upgrade some components. It is kind of annoying if you're not into that sort of thing. It is kind of on the pay to win side in that regard, as I mentioned before, but you know, it's everything seems obtainable in this game for sure. And it seems like the progression is good so far, in my experience. Haven't played an insane amount, but definitely putting in a little bit of work so I can be educated enough to make some informed videos on it. I could have done that jump a little better. You know, I've noticed with the scrubs, it's not always your best bet to do one, even if you can do one, if there's a spot where you can do one. Sometimes it'll slow you down more. Sometimes you just want to hit that jump and get a good landing. If you're going too slow and you scrub, it might shorten your landing even more, and you'll come up way short, and it'll slow you down more in the long run. But if you do have enough speed and you know, whatever to clear the distance and get a good landing with a scrub, then doing a scrub is your best bet. It will give you a little speed boost upon landing. But just because you can do a scrub doesn't mean you should do a scrub. A little tip for you there that I've learned along the way. You know, another thing with the scrubs is that sometimes you can land pretty sideways. You know, if it was fully realistic based on the animation, you would definitely be crashing. But it doesn't always slow you down proportionally or even at all. Sometimes you can land like completely sideways on a scrub and still get the speed boost. Totally messed up earlier, but we got it back. Came up on that guy, got him back. Yeah, it helps to know the tracks in sections like that. Like I could have landed a lot earlier and kept some speed up going through there. I have played this track a lot, just I don't necessarily know off the bat what track it is. You know, if you play the same track over and over, you'll definitely get a feel for it and learn the spots, but switching between different tracks, you might not recognize it right away, and some tricky sections might sneak up on you. Kind of messed up the start there. We should be alright though. Yeah, like right there, if I scrubbed, it probably would have just slowed me down even more. It's not always worth it, but you got your speed up, it will be. Power slides are pretty simple. Pretty easy to get a perfect power slide each time, unless you're just not paying attention. Which does happen, but you know, tricks are relatively easy. You just don't want to land too early, which might force you to overshoot some landings sometimes, which could be a downside of doing tricks on certain spots. If your speed is, you know, the opposite of what I was talking about with the scrubs. If your speed is super high, you might not want to do a trick because, you know, you can't land right away and you'll go flying, overshooting the landing and not get the best speed boost upon landing. So you'll get a feel for it as you play, no doubt about that. Just trying to throw my 2 cents in there. Here's a perfect start. You'd love to see it. Totally mess that up. Screen's a little dim. Recording a couple videos. Getting super hot here in the summer. You know, phone's heating up. Trying to keep that battery alive. But you know me, back with the excuses. That's how we do it. And out in front here, there's an okay landing. You see we got 1 star there. Small speed boost, but nothing great. Get that Superman. Some of the sections are hard to land. They got like, you know, little like tabletops almost within the landing, if that's even a thing. But if you land on like a weird slope, it will kind of kick up your back tire and you will definitely lose a lot of speed. Sometimes you got to decide if you want to land early and kind of skip across that sort of tabletop, or you want to try to shoot over the whole thing and land on the last downslope of it. Really up to you, and you'll get more experience with each track, and might depend on the bike you're using as well. If you're able to go faster, you might be able to shoot farther over those jumps. That one there, just starting off with your first bike, not upgraded, probably won't be able to, I don't even know if that was a triple or quadruple or what, but we went flying over a bit there. If you're on a non-upgraded tier 1 bike or something, you're gonna have to turn that quad into 2 doubles or something. Coming up a little short there, but we're all good, we're all good. But yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of competition, at least once you get relatively highly upgraded. Seems easy enough to win races. There have been stretches of time where I start losing a couple races, but then I just upgrade a component or something and I'm good to go. So No, I don't know how it really selects your competition, how they decide to make it hard or whatever. Obviously, I've talked about like how the difficulty scales. I think that's relatively predictable, but just the overall competition, I guess, is, I don't know if it goes against like other real players' ghost runs or something. Obviously, it's not like real-time multiplayer. We're not like waiting to load into races and there's no lag or disconnects or anything like that, so I'm not sure exactly how the competition is selected. As always, if you guys know more, let me know in those comments below. But just wanted to get some races with the maxed out but not fully ranked up KTM 85SX. Looks like we got some progress on our reputation reward track. Cash booster box, we'll go ahead and claim that. Probably a little bug that it shows null at the bottom, and we might have just disconnected or something. This is the first time it's ever done this. Of course, it happens on a video. We're frozen. All right, we'll try a quick restart. All right, quick restart, loading back into the game. We'll see if we can still claim that or if it'll open right away or what the deal is. That has literally never happened in this game. Go and collect it again. Of course, it happens on video, but you see we get a little cash booster and some fuel, which is always welcomed. This is just alerting me that I have enough KTM tech points. That's what those orange credits are to unlock some bikes. Kind of annoying that the exclamation point keeps coming back even after I clear it. But currently I'm saving up for, I'm just gonna go straight to this one. I'm saving up 15,000 as opposed to like, I could get like 2 of these guys right now. I have 6,970. I could obviously spend 6,000 and get both of these bikes or save up for the 7,500 one. But I'm going right for that tier 5, 15,000. We're gonna save up till we get to that point. And yeah, that's another one that the exclamation keeps coming up on this team section, even when there's nothing completed, nothing available to claim. I don't know, not the end of the world, but kind of annoying. Yeah, I just want to show you some gameplay with this guy here, the Red Bull KTM 85SX. We'll be back with videos on the other bikes as we unlock them and upgrade them, and maybe we'll do a final video if we get it like 5 stars ranked up and just kind of see how it is. But yeah, other videos will be posting some videos on the MX races, see how we can do in that competition, and that'll do it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.